Thank you for the opportunity to me. Today I want to present my research journal. The title of our journal is Mathematic Creativity Thinking Ability Based on Student Metacognition in Blended Learning Model with A Models. Okay, I want to introduce myself firstly. My name is DANI KUSUMA. I'm from Semarang State University. And you can find me at kusuma.dani021@gmail.com. Okay, I want to introduce our research background. We have three research background, and number one is low ability to think creatively, especially in mathematics. And number two is learning model to increase mathematical creativity. And the number three is the role of metacognition in creative thinking skills. There's our research problem. We have two research problems. Number one is how the effectiveness of the blended learning model with a model improve the creativity thinking skill. And number two is how creative thinking skill on the blended learning model with a model fueled by student metacognition. Our literature review. We have some journal and books that topic have correlation with our research. Firstly is creativity, and then mathematical creativity, and then metacognition, and then blended learning, and then A models. These all topics have a lot of correlation with our research. And then our research methods. Our model is combination research with concurrent embedded design. This is combination about qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis. And our preparation of the research is student class 10, senior high school 1, Salatiga. In qualitative analysis, we find the effectiveness of our model. There is blended learning with A models. Number one is we want to find the individual completeness, and then number two, we want to find the classical completeness of the experiment class. Number three, we want to find the average creative thinking skill in experiment class is better than the control class. And number four is the proportion of the creative thinking ability in the model blended learning is higher than the proportion of the control class learning. And then in our qualitative analysis, we want to analyze the student creative thinking skill based on their metacognition. Our research result in quantitative analysis, we find four important points of our research. There is individual. Number one is individual completeness. Our student in experiment class can fulfill this individual completeness. Our minimum score for individual completeness is 70. And then in classical completeness, in our experiment class, minimum can pass the test is 75% of our student can complete this creativity skill test. And then the different average different tests, we find that students in experiment class have better average than students in control class. The score in experiment class is better than score in control class. In proportion tests, students in our experiment class have more better than proportion in the control class. In qualitative analysis, we have some review. That is, in our metacognition, we divide in the three part. We have a high metacognition, and then moderate metacognition, and then the low metacognition. And then we describe this metacognition based on the creativity indicator. Our indicator is fluency, flexibility, novelty, and elaboration. In high metacognition, students can fulfill all indicators: fluency, flexibility, novelty, and elaboration. Students with high metacognition very understand about the topic and understand to solve the problem and can find a lot of solution to find the result of the problem, and we can find the novelty of the thinking of student. In moderate metacognition, student just cannot fulfill the flexibility indicator. In flexibility indicator, student very have a difficult to find another solution or another way to keep the solution for this question. And then in fluency, he understand what the problem, and novelty, we find the new thinking model of their mind, and the elaboration, they have an evaluation in every end of the task. In low metacognition, students just can fulfill influency indicator, and in flexibility, novelty, and elaboration, students fail to fulfill this evaluation. And in low metacognition, students just remembering problem, and then we cannot find the new thinking model or new another solution for this question. And then in our conclusion of our research, firstly, our conclusion is blended learning model with M modules is effective in increasing ability to think creatively. And then metacognition have influence on student creativity thinking abilities. Okay, I think that's all for our presentation. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.